guys, I have to get this card. I shouldn't even be saying that. I shouldn't be saying that because that puts me in a bad position to negotiate right now. But I saw this card and I'm like, oh man, the Kobe Bryant 2016 Studio from downtown. Do you mind pulling that out? I want to make sure the audience understands what this card is, because this is the first year of downtown. And a lot of people don't realize that, right? Everyone sees the downtowns from the last few years in both football and basketball. They're tremendously popular. But what people don't realize is that downtown actually started back in 2016 in a set called Panini Studio. This was the first year of downtown. And it has been going up a lot in the market recently. It has been getting more popular, but you think about the history of sports cards and you've seen the first year of Prism cards go crazy in the market over the last few years. You've seen the first year of Kabooms go real crazy in the market over the last year. First year of downtown. Super iconic. This is Kobe, this is a PSA 10, and you don't see these very often.
Yeah. So it's interesting on that card because the second year, which is like the purple one, if you've seen that one.
Yes, that's one I think cornerstones.
Yeah, that one's selling for like above 20. I mean, there's multiple sales. So it's kind of weird that the first year.
What does this one sell for?
Well, the last sale I think was 13.8.
Okay,
and then there's a sale of 16. A couple of sales of 15, some of 18. Okay. In December when the market was, down just because people are enjoying the holidays, but still the market's really hot. So I don't know the card price has been a little bit all over the place, but it's one of those iconic cards that I just don't mind sitting on for a little while and just waiting for a new sale to pop that.
I don't blame you.
Goes in my favor.
Yeah, so you can see what he's talking about, kind of where these have been the last couple of months here in Market Movers. Now I'm curious, I'm going to scroll back in Market Movers. I'm going to go back to like a year ago. Let me go back to like end of 20, oh yeah, look at that. January of 2025, PSA 10, $4,700.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So there you go. So that thing went, I mean, that's kind of what I assumed. It went from 4,700 to, 15K or whatever over the course of, as high as 20K over the course of a year and a half.
Yep, yeah, it's been, Kobe's market has been on a tear, man. It's crazy. Yeah. In fact, I think I was watching one of your videos. It's a good thing you got that silver first year Prism back from Waldorf Sports Cards. Yeah.
You
paid a premium to get it back.
Yeah. The Kobe, the autograph.
I think it's out of 25.
Yeah. I'm actually glad I got that back because I think that's probably up quite a bit from. It's a beautiful card, an absolutely beautiful card. So Market Mover shows looks like a PSA 10 population of 85. Yeah, you can see the PSA 10 pop's 85, PSA 9 pop's 16, PSA 8 pop is 3. So these cards actually, look at that. I mean, good job Panini. Back in 2016, Panini's printing process must have been good. Maybe a little better than it is today because the gem rate on these is actually very, very high. Yeah. 85 of them got PSA 10s compared to the 9s and compared to the 8s. My goal would be to build out the entire set of the 2016 downtowns in PSA 10. Nice. That would be my goal.
That's nice.
And actually that's interesting. If I look here in Market Movers, you can see the other cards that are in that 2016 set. So one of the cool things about Market Movers, it shows you can switch between players and sets and grades and everything instantly. So you can see all of the other. So if I wanted to build out the set, here's the set on the screen. So, obviously there's the Kobe right there, but like, for example, see what else I would have to get here to complete this set. You can get a sense of some of the others. So like there's a Dirk, for example. That's kind of cool. There's a Dirk in the set. Allen Iverson in the set right there. And then you got guys like Andrew Wiggins in the set. So, it's kind of a little bit of a mixed set. It's kind of funny, the different guys who are in it. Gary Payton is in this set. Wow, that's kind of funny. Little throwback Gary Payton there. Is that Isaiah Thomas? Isaiah Thomas is in this set. Of course, he was hot back then for Boston, It's funny, it's like taking a little bit of a trip back in time. Jimmy Butler, a young Chicago Bull Jimmy Butler is in that set. Yeah, JJ Redick's in the set. Of course, you got KD in this set as well. So yeah, it would cost me a pretty good amount of money to put this whole set together. The LeBron, of course, is a really big one as well, much like the Kobe's. What's interesting though, look at this. The LeBron in PSA 10, it's less than the Kobe.
Yeah.
Look at that. The LeBron's like 9,000 to 11,000 here, I can see in market movers.
That's one thing that'll be interesting to see if it holds up, you know, as time goes on, where Kobe's market is equal or in sometimes certain instances greater than LeBron's, because that's what's happening now.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, LeBron on paper has achieved more than Kobe, but Kobe's more beloved and he's, you know, obviously no longer here. So it's.
I think, so here's my take. I think that will flip over time. I actually think right now, between the big stars, between Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Steph Curry, I actually think LeBron is your best long-term buy.
Yeah.
Because Steph Curry has passed LeBron when it comes to certain iconic cards.
Yeah, and I don't think that's...
Kobe is at or has passed LeBron when it comes to certain iconic cards. Yeah. I think that there's a psychology right now. There's a lot of people out there, probably a lot of people watching, who don't really like LeBron, right? He rubs people the wrong way. He's political. They think he flops. They think he's injury prone. They think he's dramatic. People don't like this.
Yeah.
When Jordan was playing, there were things that people didn't like about Jordan too. Yeah. There were a lot of things people didn't like about Jordan if you go back to the 90s. I remember, because I was growing up then. I remember.
Something like Kobe, like I know one thing.
And Kobe too.
He shot a lot.
There were people who said Kobe's a ball hog. He shoots all the time. He doesn't pass enough. Yes, there was negativity towards Kobe, a lot of it, when he was playing, especially later in his career, right? But you don't remember any of that now.
Yeah.
Right now, Jordan's beloved. Right now, Kobe's beloved. Nobody remembers the bad things.
I think when LeBron retires, his image will.
I think it's 10 years after he retires. Yeah. I think you're going to see the image of LeBron as the controversial guy, the flopper, the political guy. I think all of that will subside, and then I think all of a sudden he'll be remembered as like GOAT B, like Jordan's GOAT A, LeBron's GOAT B. But I think he will eventually be above Kobe and be above Steph, because he is the next greatest basketball player ever to Jordan. He's above he should be above those guys, but his market's not.
Statistically, in the accolades, he has it.
Yeah. All right, well, there's my little investing psychology tip of the day. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the YouTube comments. Yeah, probably a lot of people disagree with me, but that's just my take on things. But we're not talking about LeBron right now. We're talking about this Kobe card. So what are you looking for on this? Like, where do you think this is right now?
So I told you that's a card I'm probably not looking to sell just because I'm in it, you know, at a pretty good number. It's more of a card I want to trade.
Okay.
So I'm looking to get
16,000 trade value. Okay.
And I think that's the cheapest on the market for whatever it's worth. There's like 3, I think, on eBay, and they're all asking over 20.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's, you know, not selling for that because it's not a 20K card, but, you know.
Yeah, I can actually look at that here. Let me go back to the Kobe card in Market Movers.
There's just none available for.
I can go over to the fixed price tab here, and it shows what they're currently. Yeah, actually, they've upped their prices. The 3 that I see right now on eBay here in Market Movers are 25K, 25K, and 39K.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so. You can click from Market Movers over to eBay, and you see right there 25K, right? So I mean, that's what people are asking. It doesn't mean anyone's going to get that. That's high based on where things are right now.
I only use that though because sometimes you'll find cards where people are selling them, and there's actually one on eBay for that price.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Which would be an indicator that it's not worth that.
Yeah.
So,
you said 16?
16.
Okay. Let me look at a little bit of an extended view here.
Yeah, it is very interesting though that
they do bounce around a bit.
That the 2018 though is selling for over 20 like consistently. That's crazy to me. First year always has a premium, but for some reason, and I think it's because of the pop. The pop on the 2018.
The pop's a little bit higher.
It's like 40 or 50, something like that, right around there. But I mean, even then, it's not the first year, so it's like
the design's also different. Like the design of the downtowns today looks considerably different than the design of this card from 2016, right? Whereas like with the Kabooms, the first year of Kaboom, the design now looks very similar. It looks almost exactly like what this year's Kabooms were. Yeah. You know, the same type of cartoony design.
Stayed the same.
Whereas downtown has changed some, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Maybe.
But
yeah, I would take trade. I'd be, you know, I'm sure you got a lot of.
Let me
really
show you
nice
some
cards.
of the stuff I got and see if you got interest in anything, because I am interested in that card for sure.
Okay. I saw you picked up the Showtime Ohtani.
I did.
I just kind of dismissed that card when the guy showed me, but I was distracted and I probably should have picked it up. Was it
I got
clean?
it with Beckett right now grading. It's probably not going to grade great. It definitely had some issues.
Maybe like a 9.5. If you're lucky.
So I was hoping for a 9.
Okay.
That's why I decided to grade it.
Okay.
Those cards don't grade very well, but I had Mr. Mini look at it and he said he thinks it's like an 8.
Okay.
So I might be low on.
Hopefully not an 8. Then.
We'll see. We'll see. What in the world? They think the Shohei was altered? But anyway, let me give you some stacks of my cards here, and you can sort through them. And I can give you prices on any of them. Some of them are labeled. Otherwise, I can give you a ballpark on price.
It's a cool card.
So that's Drew Brees' best rookie card, and in a 10-10, I think it's either Pop 5 or Pop 6. So that's like, cream of the crop Drew Brees card.
He doesn't get a lot of love in the hobby as much as he
doesn't
should.
get the love he should. I mean, considering the Tom Brady version of that card is millions of dollars, the Drew Brees version of the same exact card, $20,000. I mean, I get there's a big difference between Brady and Brees, but I don't think that there should be that much of a difference between Brady and Brees.
What's the Lamal doing?
Those have been heating up. I want to say maybe around 7,000 now, something in that nature.
And then talk to me a little about this. I don't do a lot of vintage, and I know, there's the whole stigma of in-person autos, but I know for vintage stuff, it seems like maybe it's a little different. So what is your take on that?
The vintage on-card auto market has really been heating up. I mean, really heating up. You're seeing 5 years ago, 10 years ago, well, I mean, if you go back 30 years ago, it's blasphemy to have like players sign cards. People thought it ruined the card. And that's why so few of them have been signed. And so the pops on a lot of cards like this are sub 100, in some cases sub 50, And so now people are realizing the rarity. While a Oscar Robertson 1961 Fleer card, there's a whole bunch of them. If you're going across all different grades and everything like that, having the autograph version makes it a lot more rare. I forget what the pop is on that. I think it's somewhere in the ballpark of 100 or something of that nature.
Just how many did he sign?
Yeah, I mean, I think total. I think that's across all grades, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, check that out.
55.
Pop 55 with 65 higher.
So 65.
Yeah, and that's just an authentic.
Yeah.
So that would capture the entire PSA graded. So the entire PSA graded market then is what, 120 of that Oscar Robertson card that have ever been graded with the signature on it.
Yeah, it's not one you see every day, so that's kind of why it caught my eye. Yeah, so this one.
What are you seeing on the Yamal right now?
Just the last sales was in February, 54, 6, 53, 50, 65.
This stuff's been heating 55. Up a little bit getting into the season. Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, I like these three. I'm going to look at this one a little bit more just because I want to see what's out there.
Sure,
maybe some other similar players. I'm sure your price is probably what it's worth.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like these so far, so I think we're on the way to getting a deal done, possibly.
So these are all under 1,000, I think. But just in case we need to, if there's anything in there that attracts your attention, if it makes sense to throw any more in.
All right, I think I've narrowed it down to these three.
Okay, so you added the Troy Aikman potentially into the deal.
That's a cool card. I like that card.
Yeah, it is a cool card. I think I saw a PSA 6 sold for I think around $2,400.
Yeah, so I think your value is. It's a lower grade. I still think it's a good card at the price. So I don't mind, including it in the deal.
So what would be our difference here then?
Let me go back to this one. I think I wanted to be maybe a little bit lower on this one if you were able to get there. Do you have some flexibility on your ask on that one?
I can work with you.
Okay. Like 6?
Maybe. We're going to have a pretty big delta that puts us approximately around 10,000 if we do the Yamal around 6. I think that Yamal will be, in the next couple of months, probably an easy flip for more with the World Cup coming, obviously. I would be normally inclined to just kind of hold on to that, especially the Spanish national team's actually playing in Atlanta. We've got the group in Atlanta, where the Spanish national team's playing. So I would be inclined to hold on to it, and then, as we get closer and the team's in Atlanta, I bet I could sell it at a Cards HQ trade night or something for more. But that said, I really want the Kobe. Yeah. So if I have to move it a little bit less, I'm generally okay with that. If it's specifically for the Kobe. But that puts us around 10. So we've still got a delta. I don't mind throwing a little bit of cash in, but I don't want to throw that much cash in. And I know you mainly wanted to do trade anyway too, right?
So how much cash are you thinking like would be your top for this sort of deal?
Probably a couple $1,000s.
Okay.
So like if you wanted to take those plus the Mahomes, for example, and then I threw in some cash, we could probably get the deal done. Or there was another card in there to make up the delta.
Yeah, I mean, you have nice stuff, just some of it doesn't really speak to me.
Okay.
I like this, I just wish it was on card.
Well, the other thing I could try to do is I could try to sell a card because I don't have enough cash on me to make up the difference, right? I've already spent my cash earlier in the show, unfortunately. So you're interested in those three. You're interested in the Aikman, the Yamal, and the
I like
Caleb?
these three at 10.
Okay.
And if we could, you know, figure
and then
out
if
the
I could
last
add in
6,
some cash.
Yeah, then I would move it.
Okay. Let me work on that. So before I try to get the money to get that Kobe deal done, I want to let you know that if you're not able to make it out to a card show like the Dallas Card Show, one of the best places to grow your collection is with our sponsor, Fanatics Collect. Fanatics Collect recently added cards from Burbank Sports Cards into their Buy Now marketplace, so they now have millions of cards available, spanning every sport and era. And one thing that I like about their marketplace is how they've structured seller fees. If a seller prices a card under 120% of market value, they get a lower fee. But if they go above that with their pricing, their fee doubles. So the platform is literally built to push sellers towards fair pricing. They also have a great deal badge that flags listings at or below guide price, so you can quickly find the listings worth browsing. Check it all out at the link in the description or use the QR code on the screen and drop your username in the comments below to get entered to win a $1,000 Fanatics Collect credit. Oof, okay. Well, I was really hoping I was gonna get a trade deal done for that Kobe. I really would like that Kobe card. We are a bit far apart, and unfortunately, I don't have the cash on me, nor do I really want to spend the cash because I've already spent a lot of cash at this show already. I would have much preferred to have just done a trade deal with some of my inventory. So now I need to see, can I turn any of my inventory into cash so I can then go back to him, have some cash, and be able to complete that deal without having to come out of pocket. It might be easier said than done to sell some of my stuff at a good price here, but let's try. He wants to look at some of my cards, so you flew over from Taiwan just for the show?
Yes, just for the show.
How much travel is that?
Like about 20 hours.
Okay, 20 hours of travel just for the Dallas Card Show. And then you're going back when the show's over?
Yes.
Wow.
We're leaving on Sunday. So.
What's the card scene in Taiwan like?
It's very different. The atmosphere is different than in the Texas or in like California or in Pennsylvania.
Right. I imagine it's smaller, right?
It's smaller, but the community is closer.
Okay, very close knit.
Yeah, but mostly they collect like superstars only.
Yeah.
Like Curry, LeBron, or like Kobe's.
Yeah.
Or Shohei's in baseball.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's where a lot of the good cards go. I know.
Yes.
I've got it.
Money goes.
I've got a really nice. I've got a crazy Curry in there. That's pretty insane. But you know, you can take a look through here. Yeah, and see if any.
Would you mind like you can take a
Sure.
look at these?
Yeah. These are your cards. Okay.
Yes.
You've got one card that I really like. It's definitely not the your biggest card by any means, but this is Will Richard is my Florida Gator. So I a huge University of Florida fan, and last year the Florida Gators won the national championship in college basketball, and Will Richard was one of the big reasons why. He was
he's pretty good.
He's playing well this year as a rookie for Golden State. He's had some really good games for the Warriors.
I saw the gold out of 50. So this one's the only one I got that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, out of 25.
It's a really nice card too. So that one's actually pretty sweet. Yeah, so I'm interested in that one personally. Yeah. Oh, that one I can't actually sell to you because that one I've got. I put the Lamol Color Blast here, but of course what I'm trying to do is trade that to the other guy to get the So I should have just kept that hidden in my bag.
How much is his Jordan?
I want to say it was around $600 on that. $600. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, a raw sold for $550. $500. A PSA 9 sold for $990. That's a PSA 8.5. So yeah, I was around like $600 on
I'll
it.
just trust you on this one. Would you do this plus 450 cash?
So the Will Richard plus 450 cash for the Michael Jordan.
Yeah, for the Jordan.
I think that's a fair offer. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yes,
awesome.
of course.
Good deal. Good deal. Awesome.
Yes.
I got my Florida Gator Will Richard coming my way. He's getting that really nice Jordan card. I actually picked that up at the Space Coast card show last month. You probably saw the video on that. And I'm getting some cash. So that helps. It doesn't get me to where I need to be, but hey, you know, every little bit of cash helps. I'm getting $450. So that's fantastic. Thank you. Good
Thank you
deal.
so much. Thank you so
Absolutely. Nice doing a deal with you. All right, I'll just pull out a variety of stuff here. You can piece through it. Let me know if anything interests you at all.
How much are these now?
I can't actually sell that one because I'm actually trying to use that as part of a trade to get another card.
Okay.
But to answer your question, between 6,000 and 7,000.
Okay.
The Yamal Color Blast. Everybody wants the Yamal Color Blast.
This seems nice. Out of 10.
It's a nice card. Out of 10. Yeah, I think I got it priced pretty fairly. And you know, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have many RPAs outside of like National Treasures and Flawless. And like to get an RPA down in that price range is actually, I think, pretty attractive in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I'd want to value this one a little bit less.
Okay.
I'd say maybe it's around 37, 38 value-ish.
Okay.
Could you get to 34 on it maybe?
34 cash?
Yep.
Let's see what other... Yeah, I don't know that I want to move that for 34 cash.
Yeah.
It's a little low. I traded into it for more, you know. All right, so let's review where we're at with these. Okay, so you said 360 on that?
Yep.
Okay, and then this one we were at?
460.
460. Okay, I'm good on those two.
Yep. That one was 800.
Little nervous about that one, just because I'm already trying to give up a Yamal in this other trade deal. Okay.
That one I believe was 500.
Okay.
And then that one was, I did the pair at 4K, so I guess we could just bump that one up to 35.
Let me pull the Yamal back out.
Okay.
Let me pull that one out. We've got those four.
Yep.
I'm good on the price of these three.
Yep.
It's just the Mahomes I still have a little bit of heartburn over.
Gotcha.
Because it's a Mahomes RPA number to 10. You don't see a lot of those. If you could could you get a 3,600 cash on the Mahomes, and then the other three I'm good with your price on.
Let's see. What were we at on these three? I think it was
360 plus 460 plus 500.
Yep, so 1320, and then that would be
3,600.
Would you just do an even 49?
4,900 even?
It'd be $20 less.
So yeah, 3,580. Okay, it's painful because I'm actually losing a bit of money on the Mahomes, but this will help me get the deal done for the Kobe card I really want to get. Yeah, I'll do it. $4,900. Good doing a deal with you, Manny. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Okay, so we got the cash I needed to get. Now let's hope he's still got the Kobe and I can close the deal. All right, Adam, I'm back. Good to see you again.
Likewise.
So I got some cash. I didn't get quite as much cash as you're looking for, you're hoping for, but I got some cash.
All right.
So let me make you an offer here.
All right,
so
let me pull out the Kobe.
Okay.
So we can get everything on the table.
Okay, so we've got these three cards. The Aikman, the Yamal, and the Caleb that we were looking at. So we talked about 3,000, we talked about 1,000. 6,000 on the Yamal, I honestly think that's too low. So I looked up comps of that, I looked up projected values, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, his market is on the rise. We got the World Cup coming. I'd wanted to be at 7,000 on that. And I think the fair value on it is pretty close to that, to be quite honest with you. So 6 is too low for me. I even had a guy over there, the guy who I actually got some cash from actually really wanted that card.
It's crazy how wild the differences are in projected values.
All thinks it's worth 6,700. Card Ladder thinks it's worth 5,400.
So what do you propose then?
So here's
you want to be at 7.
I think that's worth a little more. Also, you know, this card, I know you want to be high on that, and I respect that, right? Like, obviously, there was a sale. I was looking up sales. There was a sale on alt. I think the most recent sale took place on alt on this recently for $13,800.
I think so. Sounds right.
In Market Movers, there was a high sale on eBay that recently took place, like within the last week, but it hasn't been paid for yet. When I clicked into the sale to look at it, it hasn't been paid for yet, and it was in China.
Yeah.
So you got to be skeptical of that. So if you go back, then you're looking at sales kind of in the $13,000 to $14,000 range when you go back prior to that, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we had a $13,800 sale as the most recent sale on alt. So here's what I'm going to propose to you. I think this is honestly a very, very fair deal for you, considering. So I'm going to propose the Aikman, the Yamal, the Caleb Williams, and $4,000 in cash. So if you value the Yamal at $6,000, that gets you to a total of $14,000, which is slightly above the last sale. And keep in mind, I'm putting in cash. I valued the Yamal at $7,000. That gets us to a total of $15,000, which is, I think, definitely above market for where the card is right now. But I personally think I personally think I'm putting in cash, and I think it's a very fair deal.
The challenge I have with the Yamal is I'm looking at all of his sales.
Yeah.
The card has never sold for $7,000 ever, once. The highest sale was $6,500.
Okay.
And then, so I get where you're coming from. It's just, for me, this is a little different just for a couple of reasons. I'm trading down, so I want a little bit more, and I think you're comfortable with that, and you see the value in that. But also, like, that card has sold recently for $16K or more.
The Kobe.
Yeah, I mean,
if you go back a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, you go back December. I know that's 2 months. Fine, I get it. But I mean, there's something to be said that during the holidays, people aren't spending as much money on cards, and typically card prices go down. It's a good time to buy and hold for a couple of months, maybe longer, with the idea that prices will go back up and people start getting excited about basketball and sports again. So, but like I said, it has sales to support that, and the Yamal, I just don't see the 7.
The Yamal,
it's never
though,
sold for 7.
I mean, Yamal's market is about to. You got the World Cup coming up soon. He's on the favorite team. They start winning. They make it in the knockout rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a $10,000 card in a few months here.
Wow.
I mean, I really wouldn't.
That's bold.
I'm gonna make that prediction. I'm making the prediction right now. This is a $10,000 card in July. That's my prediction. Of course, that's just pure speculation. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of reason to be optimistic about Yamal and the soccer card market right now with the World Cup around the way.
Yeah, I think I could come up just a little bit, but I couldn't get to the 7.
Okay.
It's just never sold for that.
Okay, so what have we said? I mean, what have we said?
6,500. I think that would be the most I'd want to take.
So we got 10,500 worth of cards then.
I would do that and 5,500.
5,500 cash. So you want to be, gosh, that's, so 10,500, so that's 16,000. So that's $2,200 above the last sale on the Kobe, and I'm putting cash into the deal. That's a lot.
So you were at these 3 and 4. That's where you want to be?
Those $3,000 and $4,000, yeah.
How about we chop it?
Okay, what is chopping it?
5.
5,000's chopping it? 5,000's not quite chopping it, because I had said 4 and you said 5,500.
All right. How about 47?
How about this? Do you have a, I know you got mainly high-end cards here, but do you have a card that's in the neighborhood of like $500 on you at all?
Let me look up that Magic Johnson. It might be there. I think it's maybe like a $300 card.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if you like that. I felt like that.
I want to do a trade with my audience here on Veriswap. So if I can pick up a card that then makes a good trade card for the audience, that's kind of a win for me, because I want to be able to do a trade for the audience on Veriswap.
I mean, it's Monopoly 101, kind of cool. Zion's healthy. He's playing pretty good. That's a little bit of a bigger card. It's a 101 Akeem.
I mean, I do like the Magic Johnson. That's 86 star. You don't see a lot of those out there. That's a card that might draw some interest from the audience. I mean, the 101 Zion's pretty cool too.
It's about like a $400 card.
The Zion is?
$500, yeah, right around there.
What is that Kobe card? That's a custom
That's an art
card?
card. Collector's Creative, I believe.
Oh, yeah. How much is that worth?
I haven't even looked at sales. We'd have to look it up if there are any sales, but like $300.
I mean, just in terms of a custom card, that's pretty cool. All right, let's do this. I'll agree to split you halfway on you wanted 5,500 cash. I came prepared with 4,000 cash. I'll split you halfway, 4,750, but you throw in the Magic Johnson star card for free, and I'm gonna do a trade with my audience on that card.
I'll do that.
Done? Done. Okay, there we go. Awesome. We got it done, guys. Wow, I didn't know if we were gonna get that one done or not, but I got a Grail Kobe Bryant card that I'm super excited about. Had to give up some good stuff in return, and I really think you're gonna make a killing on that Lamine Yamal card. But check this out, guys. I got a cool card for you as well. So this is a Magic Johnson star card, and I'm very optimistic. You guys know how the first year of star, those cards have gone crazy in the sports card market. Well, these ones may not be far behind. PSA is going to be grading these in the future, and I think you're going to see appreciation from these Star 86 cards. I'm going to put this one right now on Veriswap, and I'm going to accept the best trade offer. Whoever throws me the best trade offer in the first 48 hours from the release of this video, I'm gonna do the trade deal and accept the best trade offer. I'm gonna put a link on the screen right now to Veriswap, a link in the show description below. When you sign up for Veriswap, if you're a first-time user, use promo code SCI when you register. Registration code SCI, that's gonna give you $15 free trade credit, so you can even do this trade with me with free trade credit. So go on to Veriswap, search for the Magic Johnson Star 1986, throw me your best trade offer, I'll accept the best trade offer, and one of you is gonna do a trade with me on Veriswap, the best place to trade online. All right, let me get you paid out here.
Appreciate the time, Jeff.
Really appreciate it,
great
man.
Card.
What a
Great
trade
card.
deal.
Yeah.
What a show this has been, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe. We'll see you soon with the next one. Take care.